All right, so I've lined up the bottom part of the book. So it's actually the back part. It's kind of confusing here, so this back part right here. And the shell is what we'll do next, but we just did the top. See how it's hinged together? And now we're gonna do the bottom. So I believe we ended on number 6, so I've got it lined up here. We've got a 7 right there and a 7 right there. And I've kept that on the outside because that won't show. So we're gonna glue that first. Just a tiny bit of glue. Push it nice and tight while it dries. Straight up and down if you can. All right, so that was number 7. Oh, we have a 6. Let's do 6. So the 6, it won't matter that it's not in order, but it's going to go right here. And we're going to just put it right there. And it's easiest if you do it this way because we've got this tab that sticks up, so you can't really set it on the flat on the table unless you let that hang off. So I'm going to hold that in place and spray it again. Push it. Don't mess it up like that. Okay. Let's hold that in place. Okay, before you flip it, make sure you don't have any glue seeping out the edge anywhere. Make sure your table is clean. And it looks like we are in number 8 right here. 6, 6, 7, and we are to 8. Flip it like that. And it's gonna go here. We've got the 8 on that. So it's gonna go in there just fine. Put some glue on there. I didn't trim these off. I've always done it before, but I wanted to see if it'd work without it because it does take a lot of extra time. There we go. Looks like I might not need the glue all the way to the edge there either. All right. I'm gonna flip it over so I can put pressure on that and spray it. Just an easier way to put pressure on it like that. And keep it nice and tight. All right, make sure we don't have any glue seeping out anywhere. All right, I believe that was 8, so let's find 9. Oh, 6. Yeah, that was 8. You know, I'm not sure where 9 is, but let's do 10. So we've got a 10 right here. And on this one, we know that the lines are always on the outside. Our 10 is over here. And the reason it's over there is because it will get covered with a hinge. And I didn't want it showing, but it's supposed to get lined up like that. So let's do that. Dry fit. Looks fine. Okay. Don't see any glue seeping out. The table is still clean. I'm going to flip that over and spray it, and this should get in the cracks. And push slides in. All right, that looks good. Now this piece is a hinge reinforcer, or just so our screws have something to bite into. We're going to put this on the inside here. And you want to make sure you don't have any glue seeping out that's hardened down here, because then this won't slip in the whole way. And you need to make sure it's flush. So if you do have glue that's hardened, you can come over here and you can just, wherever it's hardened, you can just carve this piece down a little bit. I'll just show you. I'll do it in this because it won't ever show. And that'll give room for a bubble of glue that might have seeped out. But we're not going to do that because I don't have any glue seeped out. So what I want to do is strengthen the edges of this. So I'm putting glue in the cracks. And the whole way across, just soup it up. Flip that in there. I happen to have some clamps right here. You can just hold it and spray it, whatever you'd like. But you do want this to dry really well. So if you have clamps, crafting clamps, that would be the best. I'm going to move this one to the corner, just make sure that's in there, because when you screw your hinge in, you don't want this to separate at all. And the holes go all the way through, so it really, the holes go all the way through for the hinge. They're just really small on the inside one, so it shouldn't separate once it's dry. All right, so we're going to flip it over and put our last piece on, and it's this piece, and it just pops into those tabs right there. Let's go ahead and put some glue on. And I went ahead and put a little bit outside the line there just for fun. And I have a little bit of glue seeping out on the edge right there. You don't want that, so wipe it off. Make sure it doesn't get anywhere else. And since we're done with this piece for now, I'm just going to clamp it while we go and do the shell. Set that aside.